Okay, I'm just about ready to get started. So I have a feeling this session won't be too long for our final session for Shadow Hearts. So we'll talk a little bit about plans, and I guess at some point we'll talk about things that I missed, I guess, in our overall discussion about the game. So I did some very light lookups on things just to see what I was missing. And to no one's surprise, nobody has any idea how things are unlocked. Town, why am I not surprised? I read no less than 4 different things on how we get these final 2 side quests, and they all conflicted with each other. So worst case scenario, I have to potentially get every form to level 10, which I'm not going to do. One of them I just have to beat Solomon, and then I should be able to get the other forms. And Chad had suggested last time that potentially I did need to play as Kenshin and unlock his form. And allegedly that is also needed in order to get our ultimate form as Root Hero. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. Hello, Chris. Hello, Alec. Hope you're doing well. So we'll be jumping into it. I am a little sad, though. We did miss one thing that would have been nice to get in the playthrough, which was if we had not been tricked. I'm not going to say I got it wrong. If we had not been tricked by that training minigame and giving it away to the wrong character, we could have had one more cameo appearance, apparently from Alluring Spy. So that's a bit of a shame, but I am not redoing the whole game for one cutscene. Sorry, chat, not happening. And I think the only other item I missed that was kind of interesting was the step tripler, which was in the labs I couldn't revisit. So that's annoying. And the other item was apparently if I get at least a 65% hit chance, and by hit chance I mean strike chance, across every character, by the time I go into that shooting minigame segment, apparently you get one of the most broken items in the game. I don't know why they would do that. So my interest in speedrunning that went to 0%. I have no interest in doing that. Apparently, it's like Mind's Eye, where it hides the gauge, like where you're supposed to hit it. But instead of doubling damage, it triples. And then on top of that, apparently random speed for the ring rotations. Chat, no way. No way. I'm not doing it. That's what I gathered. That was my research, chat. If there's more that I missed, I'm not aware of it at this point. Why would they do that? It's a Shadow Hearts game. You're right, Chad. Good call out. Can't be disproven. I think this is our last official save, so we'll go back to the good ending. Hopefully Chad is doing well. We just need to get a little further, honestly. I'm looking for one item here. Why am I not seeing it? Or am I still wearing it with somebody? Oh, somebody else is still wearing it. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Never mind. Makes sense now. Checks out. Doing okay. Could be better, but you'll manage. That's unfortunate. We managed to get some rest at least. There are a lot of chests I could get. Like, I think, for example, there are chests if I go, like, to the left and right of there, and I think the purpose of the puzzle was to go up and down to different floors in order to get treasure I wouldn't normally be able to access. How about no? We're gonna go with how about no. I think that's my favorite response to that, chat. Just no. No, it's fine. Panoramic lens, why not? You know what? We'll put on the kimono. So apparently, if we do get into combat, that changes our character appearance. That's all it does. There are, if you're wondering where some of the armors are for the characters, I think, for example, Kenshin's best armor is here. So basically, we missed literally nothing of interest, and I just don't care. I think it's a good summary, chat. I have no interest in going to those items. I am vaguely aware of them, and I'm like, nah. So there's a tons of items in the dungeons we missed. Actually, surprisingly, no. We actually got most of them, to be honest. Like, we missed, like, a handful of items here and there. Don't get me wrong. Like, we missed, like, I don't know, like, some healing items. I didn't go one-to-one comparison against my previous videos. But, no, for majority of unique items, we managed to get almost all of them, honestly. I think the only two that I really noticed offhand was the Step Tripler and the it's called Extreme, the upgraded version of Mind's Eye, which you can only get one of in the game. So with all that said, we're gonna go back to Jerome Valley, I guess. Speaking of which, oh, in the final dungeon. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of second grade hand-me-downs. I'm not counting the final dungeon. I skipped those on purpose. It's like I'm not interested in them. But you're right, there's probably quite a few there. But I don't think I fixed this, so I think we still need to do this. Hold on a second, chat. So we had... Interesting. Is it only this one that was messed up? Yeah, that's... I don't think I like that. So we're gonna have to redo the Forsaken Hill. See, that's really deceptive because I actually thought they were locked. I think between the glowing and everything else, I thought we'd already done it. To be honest with you, chat. So, you know what, chat? I am not above just looking this up. I don't feel like wasting your time anymore. To be honest, chat, I don't care. we already beat the game. I don't feel bad. So let's go into the intended order. So this one apparently has to go into the upper right. I guess that's why you'd have to think he's away from the boneyard. Then we have Paimon, which goes here. The Person goes here. Barbados goes here. We're going straight to the end zone, chat, I'm telling you. Wait, am I missing one? Oh. Oh, that would explain why we didn't finish this one, chat. Is that literally the only one I'm missing? Well, that one is... It's in the wine cellar. What? Hold on a second, chat. What are they talking about? This I forgot to look up before the stream, so now I am wasting your time. Sorry, chat. I thought we had all of them. I should have counted from the previous stream. Allegedly the wine cellar. I'm looking to see if it's talking about the minigame. Did I miss something in the minigame somehow? In the room with the save point before the final room, go through the door on the right wall. Oh, I completely missed an area, apparently, chat. So we could have had this for a while. Okay, now we learn. I know. Okay, chat, we're gonna have a talk about this, but I am definitely tired of going to the wine cellar. Let's get this over with, chat. Well, welcome, Kirk. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, Shaky. So, what did I not do when I was here? This is literally the only other thing that we missed, apparently. I thought we actually already had this crest, because we revisited this area, like, a lot, but I apparently did not check a door. Oh, that was weird. Hopefully that flash did not go through to the stream, because that was weird. But I think it's behaving fine now. So we're going all the way to the end, chat. We only have one real boss left. Oh, we got to see the kimono briefly. Yeah, we don't care about any of these enemies. If I remember correctly, this leads to the boss. I'm going purely off of memory. I'm not looking at a map at the moment. So I missed something here. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a door. Oh, I thought that was a wall. Oh. I think that's why I never went this way. I don't think I went through there. That makes sense to me, chat. Well, I guess I'll just activate the stairs for now. So I could have had this basically since the beginning of the game. We did have to revisit this area multiple times and play the minigame at different parts throughout the game. And if you thought people were able to succinctly tell you when those things unlocked, you'd be wrong. Chat, I think we've had this conversation before, but if you were to use GameFAQs for this game, I feel so bad for you. I've had conversations about this, not on this particular game, but across different games we play. Man, those guides are so inaccurate, chat. Painful. So anyway, I think this is what we're missing. Painful, chat. Honestly, I was looking at the GameFAQs guide, and like one of them didn't even mention energy charge, so they were clearly wrong. I'm just letting you know. Like they could write whatever they want. If the boss strategy wasn't energy charge and win, they were just wrong. This is facts. It's indisputable, chat. There's nothing else the strategy should have been. So anyway, we missed. This is the one thing that I missed. What did this even give us, out of curiosity? So we have Rom, giant crow, a town dripping blood. The beat of his wings caused earthquakes. He likes the forest demons and lives nearby. So I don't care about dark resist. Oh, I was thinking we were low on Gale. Oh, that would have been useful. Oh, and there's the other Holy Edge. I think that was one other thing I was saying to chat. I thought it was weird we didn't have those. Let's see what happens when we finally complete it. You hear a voice. You who would solve my enigma. You who would have my power. Be guided by my attendant and dare to enter my presence. I rule the world of the spirits. I am King Solomon. Okay. So now King Solomon's unlocked. But chat, you know what? Because every online guide is wrong, let's go see if we even need to fight Solomon first. To see if we could do the final quest. Or if we just needed all the crests. Maybe we could be more accurate than GameFAQs, chat. I think that's our goal every run. Even a blind playthrough, just do it better than GameFAQs, chat. That's all that matters. We'll make another save, like... right there should be fun. Just do better, chat. Oh, where am I going? Oh, man. Yeah, I think my other favorite pastime, and I think Chad is more aware of this one, but whenever I'm done with the game, sometimes I like to go back and I like to read, not journalism reviews. I like to read user reviews, where I go on the forums for said game. Not because I'm interested in their opinion necessarily, in terms of like what I could do to do better or little secrets they found. I just really like to know, like, how they felt about, like, the difficulty of the game, or seeing some of their strategies. Not to learn from them, but mostly because I'm like, wow, those poor misguided people, chat. I feel like Shadow Hearts 2 is no exception when I was going through those again. I will give GameFAQs some credit. They did mention the spikes trick. Apparently there's a spell you can get, that you can use on the protagonist to further reduce your damage. I think it's called like stand up or something like that. We never unlocked it in this playthrough, but apparently that removes sanity loss. So if you equip spikes with it, you basically don't lose any sanity from getting struck. You just get permanent half damage, which I mean, it's a cool strategy, but I mean, it's pointless. But you know, they tried. Good for them, chat, I guess? Question mark. I don't know. Oh man. I was gonna say, for those that are playing Hades out there, I think my favorite one, I shared that I think in the Discord, but my favorite one was saying that somebody took what was it, 82 or 83 runs just to beat Meg. And I'm like, if anybody ever feels bad about their gameplay, just take that step back, chat. You could probably write a guide better than a lot of the people out there. In fact, you probably could write a guide better than what does exist out there for certain games. So never give up, chat. You're better than you think you are. Unless you're the person that did lose to Meg 82 times, in which case I'm really sorry, but probably shouldn't play Hades. But I will say, I know 83. I will say, sometimes you learn some interesting things, even if it's like tidbits behind the scenes. So I recommend it, chat. Definitely go out and read some user reviews. Not to disagree with them necessarily, I just find it very interesting because I tend to have a different opinion in general. Good or bad. So anyway, let's talk to Sarah. I've done enough stalling. So, you've unlocked King Solomon's Enigma. I mean key. By overcoming the trials and solving the Enigma, you proved your worth. You're admitted to an audience with the king. You're gonna meet him? You mean he's still alive? King Solomon's flesh no longer exists, but his spirit remains. He is the ruler of the spirit world. The spirit world? That sounds pretty cool. Hold on a minute. He might have been a great king, but Solomon was also known as an unbelievably cruel ruler. I don't know how much of what you're saying is true, but if this is the real King Solomon, I'd stay clear. It's not my place or anyone else's to presume what the king is thinking. It's simply my duty to take those who have shown their worth for an audience with the king. So, shall we go? I'm gonna say no way. Very well, I'll give you some time to think about it. When you're ready, let me know. I'm telling you, chat, I find it a very interesting experience. You never know when you go into those boards or forums. You could be the one that learns, or maybe you agree with their opinions. I always feel bad when I play like a really technical game and I find some kind of exploit and I realize the people writing the guide didn't, and I'm like, oh. If I had more time, I would write guides for every game I do. The best I could do for now, chat, is at least video record, so you can see the cheese, and maybe you at home can do it. So anyway, I just want to see one thing. Let's see, chat. Is GameFAQs right? Actually, that would actually be a great bet going forward. Is GameFAQs right? Yes, no. Okay, so this will not give me an item, according to GameFAQs. Let's see if this is true, chat. Wrong! Oh, chat, was there ever any doubt? So no, we don't even need to do Solomon or anything else. So go through all those GameFAQs, just cross it out. Actually wrong. Actually wrong, chat. Wrong. I don't need to be level 10 with all my forms. I don't have to beat Solomon. Wrong. Anyway, we got the Reborn Droplet. This is what I was thinking was gonna happen. I didn't know what item we were gonna get when we were playing through the normal playthrough, as again, I did not actually look it up. But I'm just stating, I'm not surprised it comes from the tree at this point. What was it, Rainbow Drop? Where is that at? Oh, is it like literally? Was it like literally an item? Where is it? Oh, that's evil. Oh, there's actually one thing I did forget to check since I was there. I'm not going to look through the different tiles from the Dog Shrine. I don't really care about that. We'll look at the Nibelung finale. Manuscript of Wagner's opera, The Ring of Nibelung. In the last chapter, Siegfried is killed by Mime's nephew, Hagen, and the world falls into chaos. Did I miss that in here? I didn't even see it. I saw the crystals. I saw the keys. I'm not going through all the stones. They're literally just... They're very boring. Huh. Oh, there it is. It's under Raccoon Friend. I missed it the first time, chat. A person's soul, light as a feather, left behind in this world. Within the thin membrane gleams a deep blue that somehow seems to be trying to speak. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and save. So we get to play multiple choice. I mean, I guess we could fight Solomon with our ultimate form. I guess. We'll be looking at all the forms that Root Hero has at some point. I do promise you. I've been teasing it, I think, for a couple sessions now. But you know what? Let's just go in blind to this fight. I have a feeling I know what it is anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I have a feeling it's gonna be the same boss from Shadow Hearts 1. I forget what that creature's name was. The one, it was like the tall woman, chat. Remember when we got slapped around by the tall woman in Shadow Hearts 1? I think it's gonna be that boss again. Doing a little drunk stagger into the room. Always a good sign, chat. Let's see, chat. How impossible is this fight? Oh, we're having flashbacks to literally Shadow Hearts 1. I saw Sea Mother's boat, chat. Remember Sea Mother? Yeah, remember the thing where the wings were coming out of the head? I think that's what we're gonna fight. We saw a silhouette of it in there. Oh, well, this is Shadow Hearts 2. That doesn't really count. Why we're thinking about Lenny right now, I don't really know. I mean, we should always be thinking about the chin, chat, to be fair.
My memories, they're being sucked away. I can't stand it.
Ooh. The tree from Shadow Hearts 1.
Do you remember now?
Are we gonna fight Father, chat? Which will turn into the giant tall woman for some reason?
It's the same one. I saw that sunset with my dad.
Inside your heart, that sunset will always be shining. You fear losing your memory, your very soul. But even that could never change you.
Dad, is it you?
Yes, it's me.
It's pretty funny. You do sort of look like me.
Well, that's because they changed your character model in this game. That way you do actually look like him.
You've done well, son. You took the best parts of your mother and me and became your own man.
Dad, I lived the best I could. I made some good friends. I had a woman who loved me.
Yes.
I wasn't perfect, and I made mistakes, but I did the best I could. That's why I don't have any regrets.
The important thing is that you followed the path you chose. Your mother and I know that. Yuri, you have to transcend me.
What?
Show me your strength. I want to see the power of your soul. Come on, just like when you were a child. Try to beat me.
Phrasing.
Here goes.
For some parental
This time-
abuse.
There's no holding back.
Alright, so once they're done with that. Thank you, Try, for the gift sub. I'm not sure. I didn't even see it pop up in the activity feed. I didn't notice until I looked at the chat. So activity feed has not updated since Apparently, literally just now. You gave that gift sub at least a solid minute and a half ago, but I didn't want to say anything during the cutscene. Yeah, that was really, really slow. I don't know what was going on there. So anyway, it looks like, chat, we're gonna deal with Giant Tall Woman. She's off screen. Hello, Dark Seraphim. Is it worth going for this? I guess it would be. So here's the downside. I don't know how hard she's gonna be. This could be a big mistake. Let's find out, chat. Hope you're doing well, Try. Alright, how much damage does she do? Wow, that is way too much damage. Chat, her damage is all of it, apparently. Well, we're gonna pray. I got it. Ooh, we barely one-shot the boss. That's all. You know what? I'll take it, chat. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Where's my apology?
Where's my apology? 9999 experience, chat. 50,000 cash. Listen, chat. If there is a reason to save at the 7th key, that's where I would have used the 7th key normally, by the way. Yeah, I'm taking that level up, chat. 100%. Taking that level up. GG. Outplayed.
I'm impressed. I have always loved you and Anne more than anything. I still do. I always will, son.
Dad.
A gift from your dad.
Oh. Sorry, chat. I don't think I can fix this without crashing the game. Just hold on a second. You're not missing much. I'm gonna try one thing to fix it without crashing. If that didn't fix it, I have to reboot it. Bond with his father is re-raking the power sealed in Rude Hero's heart. You got the Dark Seraphim soul. I'll save and restart, chat, if you don't see visuals. Unfortunately, I can't look at the preview while I'm playing this, because that also crashes. I'll make a save here, I guess. I don't think it really matters which one I do. That didn't bring it back, huh? Interesting. 1 second. Oh, it went to the... Why did it go to... What? Why did it go to that one? Oh, I have no idea what's going on. That is weird. Yeah, see, that'll crash the game. That's why I wanted to save there. That is so weird. I wonder what does that in OBS. I must have something bound by accident in OBS, chat, so I'm going to apologize for that. I somehow ended up on my PS1 scene, even though I didn't click it, and I did not hit a button to go there. So that's weird. Hopefully that's not a reoccurring thing. We're going to go ahead and reboot. Again, you missed very little. I just literally missed just the end of this. Boot it up. Yeah, I don't know how it ended up on PS1. I hope it's not something weird like, I don't know, there's some button combination that's still bound to swap scene or something. That'd be very annoying. Who do we need to see the fight to unlock the forum? I was missing a crest. That's all we were missing. It wasn't. I did have to go to the graveyard, which was expected because you have to do that for all of Rude Hero's forms. Just that you don't have to do anything that the online guides were saying. They're just wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we beat Giant Tall Woman, which was also Dad. And we unlocked the Dark Seraphim. So now, chat, we're going to spend some time looking at our forms. Yeah, sometimes it, like, I don't know what it is about the cutscenes. Like, for some reason, it seems to, like, switch the scene I'm on. It's very weird. Hopefully that won't be a thing going forward. It seems to only be an issue with this game, so something about it is weird. Can I sort by alphabet? I just want to see what the crest was that we would have had normally. Dark Edge, Evil Ray, Evilborn. Yeah, we didn't miss out that much. Okay, enough teasing. Let's go see what we can unlock here. Look at our fusions. So we've seen the level 1 Earth Spirit. Oh, that one's more monstery. Also, why does it do that? Okay, there we go. I don't know why our Form 1 didn't look like that. Look at the Earth 3. Not bad. We've seen the Water Spirit, very boring. Yeah, where were these for the rest of the game? I don't know why the human... I don't know why they look so human. Like, some of them actually don't look bad. I'll give them that. Like, that color scheme looks kind of interesting for the monster. I'll never use this, but it's nice that it's there. We've seen all the fire forms. I'm skipping them. We saw the really lame Wind Spirit. That actually looks better than the Wind Spirit from the other game. I don't know if I'd like that color combo. Some of that color combo reminds me of something I might see in the Soten Rando. But yeah, there's the absolutely ridiculous one. Okay, what does it look like with the other forms? It looks nothing like the previous forms. What? No Slug Angel. 0 out of 10, chat. Funky. It looks like 2 and 3 are just kind of palette swaps, more or less, of each other. Let's take a look at Dark Seraphim. God that exceeds the power of all other fusion monsters. Look at that, chat. Our arms are crossed. We're just not happy with the world. With the power exceeding other fusion monsters, Dark Seraphim lives within Root Hero and can emerge when called. It wields total power over death and rebirth. And its stats are subpar. Cool. Increases status for all allies. I mean, like, I could technically use this. There's no point because it's worse than Fides. Might as well make him do the angry shout as he power levels. Yeah, like Neo Amon, way easier to get. And you get him way earlier. Even if I had gotten all the crests before this point, I don't think it was worth doing. But we might as well unlock it and see what it is. Because my stats are already capped. It doesn't really matter. Hope you're doing well, Rixian. I know, it's not Slug Angel exactly, chat. 0 out of 10. For the child, there we go. I think that in Shadow Hearts 1, I think it was For the Children, I thought it was called. Unless that's also still in this game and I just don't recall. I mean, this game would never mistranslate anything, chat. Ooh, you had the flu? I'm sorry to hear that, Rixian. Glad you seem to be feeling better. Unless that is supposed to be For the Children, but they dotted it for some reason. Non-class special attack hits all enemies 30 hits. So wait a minute, it only has a health steal, a status up, and damage all? But it doesn't have a revive? Okay. I mean, now its stats should be fine. Presumably. If I look at this again. So Neo Amon is like barely weaker. Like maybe 3 points. It also costs 1 less sanity. Not super impressed, chat. Or the child, the ultimate move to stop the bowl cut boy. You're right, chat. I guess I'll resave. So we just got one last fight, and this will be the conclusion of the game. We'll talk a little bit about final thoughts, and I want to look at a list of stages while I give that conversation. But anyway, chat, let's go fight the king. What? Wait, whoa, it's pitch black. Oh, damn, my head's spinning. Where are we? Maybe this is Solomon's world of the spirits. No, this is where the deep psyche of all living things combines. The world of combined will. And I am the ruler of this world. You're King Solomon? Welcome. You've done well to overcome my trials and solve my enigma. You're my first visitors in 3,000 years. You're kidding. We're honored to be here? What do you want with us? Why did you bring us here? I was bored. Checks out, chat. Excuse me? I was bored. You see, I've got this almighty power and all of the eternity under my command. So I've been searching for eons for someone. Anyone who could equal my strength. And then you turned up. That's it? You gotta be kidding. We're just here for some old guy's entertainment? Well, you're here now. Don't complain. Okay, I challenge you to a battle. Oh man, how do we always end up in these messes? You wanted King Solomon to be cat? If there was another iteration of Shadow Hearts, I'm sure that would be that. Come on, why not? Think of it as doing him a favor. Let's just fight the guy and then we could get out of here. And if you lose, you'll die. What? You can't just slip that into... excuse me. You just can't slip that... you can't slip something like that into the conversation. This is the world of spirits. There is no flesh here. Defeat means losing your soul. We really gotta get out of here. Sorry. I think we'll just leave now if you don't mind. No, no, and no. So that's a no then? I've got the worst of an old dog right now. Worst of an old dog? I don't think I've ever heard that saying before, chat. Maybe chat has heard of it before? Hey, watch it with the old bit, kiddo. I haven't felt this fired up in 3,000 years. This is the real thing, you understand? No holding back. Yeah, give it your best shot. Alright, chat, let's see how hard this is. I probably should equip some crucifixes. We'll see if that was a terrible mistake in which I regret everything. I could technically play as Dark Seraphim, but it would be a nerf, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, our goal is to survive one turn against this boss. Let's see if it happens, chat. We're going to set up on the boss. I'm going to use Gale with the dog to hopefully go faster here to make sure that I could go first. The boss actually goes pretty quickly. Okay, this is a good sign. Ooh, the boss is gonna go before I could get my next attack. Ooh. Do I have any arc spells on this character? We've never really had this scenario before. I have arc rage, but I don't have like arc shield or arc barrier. That would have been a little more useful here. Well, we're gonna power up. Even if it's not at max power, this should still be fine. So, do we have any defensive things we could do for now? Arc barrier? Sure, why not? We'll do that one. That's probably the one that's gonna hurt us the most if he goes in with the spell. So our goal is to survive a turn. Let's see if we could do it. Sanity lowering. That did no damage. That was sad. I think, chat, we can all agree that was actually legit sad. Well, King Solomon, this might be GG if I don't mess this up. It was nice knowing you, I guess. I got the perfect. Is anybody really surprised, chat? Did anybody think that was gonna go any other way? Silly King Solomon. You waited 3,000 years and I just slapped you.
Where's my apology?
He does owe us an apology. What a lame boss. 99,000 experience, 999. 55,000 in cash. We got the 7-eyed mask. 350 soul. And I think with all these level ups, I would have been pretty good for the final boss normally, but we already beat the game, so it doesn't matter. I mean, come on, chat. I got rage up and energy charge. GG. This can't be. I can't lose. You thought you could walk all over me? I know, Rude Hero. You should tell him. Tell him, Rude Hero. Oh, not this again. Stop it. Ugh. I feel like Anastasia's kimono should have been blue. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the orange, to be honest, chat. We hacked everybody up, chat. Everybody got the key at some point. Ugh, my head's spinning. Looks like we've been sent back to where we started off. Welcome back, everyone. And good day, King Solomon. Phew, that was close. Thank you, Sarah. Huh? That's his voice. But he said the loser would die. True, you would have died if you lost. But I ordered Sarah to call me back immediately if I lost. That's not fair. You're a cheater. Stop complaining. See what happens to my fleshless body in this world. At least show a little sympathy. It's the Devil Crest. No way, this is you? Exactly. It'll take me thousands of years to get back to my old form. I can't believe this has happened. It's your own fault. At least accept responsibility for turning me into this. You have to let me travel with you for a while. Why are they all looking up? What? We got the Solomon crest. Well, like, where were they looking, chat? I don't understand. We hacked up a lot of things for sure, chat. Hey, don't try and make us out to be the bad guys, and stay out of my bag. King Solomon, what you say all sounds very plausible, but you really just want to kill time, don't you? Don't pry into my affairs. Oh geez, enough already. Come along. Just don't talk when we're with other people, okay? If we start talking to a piece of paper, people are gonna think we're weird. Oh, don't worry, Rude Hero. Everybody thinks you're weird. You don't need the crest to prove or disprove that. I'll do my best. So, Sarah, take care of things while I'm gone. Of course, take care. And please look after him. He's still the king, even though he's like that. What was the orbs of light at the start of the game again? I've generally forgotten. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. Are you talking about in a specific cutscene? Not sure what that means. So I'm assuming we got another crest. So does it show up in Solomon's Key at all? No. Let's go to crest change real quick. Oh, the ring soul. No, we never finished his side quest. I missed some locations at some point, but it's just a gag thing. It doesn't really do anything. And no, they never explain what they are. I don't know which location I missed them in, chat, and it just seems extremely inconvenient to go back and do it. I'll be real honest with you. I would have to revisit every single dungeon just to find it. But I missed them somewhere. Melt Crest, that's a new spell. Non-class special damage, all one hit. Okay, I guess. Don't see why I would ever want that. It's just very expensive, and there's no way to really tune down the costs outside of half MP. But yeah, I guess we'll save the game here. In progress made. Yeah, no, they never explained the ring soul. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. It was just a very long extended gag. But as I said before, they're in every dungeon, and there's one... The Immortal Mountain should have been the last place I saw them, so I missed 2. So I would have to explore every dungeon just to see them again. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't think I want to go dungeon diving every single dungeon or rewatch my entire playthrough just to figure out which ones I missed. So I think I'm okay with never knowing what they do. Oh, I meant to say, if you complete the trading mini game, remember how that fan costs 500,000 to purchase for Lucia? Apparently, if you pass the trading mini game, you get it for free, as well as the cameo with the luring spy. So that sucks. That actually sucks, chat. That's a lot of money we could have saved. Because we would have been able to complete that mini game before I think we would even have gotten this fan, potentially. Maybe. So it would have been nice to have slightly more damage. We would have had it for the Man Festival, for sure. The only time we use Lucia. You know what, chat? We'll never know what Lucia does. It'll just forever be a mystery. I'm just gonna go, eh. Yeah, we got the Thor's belt and the 7-Eye Mask, so I'll take a look at both of those. So this was from the previous game. This is just the highest mental and physical defense. So this is just a carryover from Shadow Hearts 1. Described as a nobleman's armor, a rare relic from the ancient Ramalish civilization, the 7 fake eyes stimulate the human aura to help the wearer resist physical blows. It's also pretty good at special defense, as you can see. Pretty big step up from Kendo Mask for magic defense. Physical defense, not that much. Then there should be Thor Belt, which is fairly strong. Belt of Thor, God of Thunder, increases attack power. Protects from seal attacks. Adorned with a bell is the antithesis of silence. As long as it rings, the wearer's magic and skills cannot be sealed. Oh, that's not the right one. Try that again. Said to have been worn by the Norse God of Thunder, infused with divine power. The wearer's attack power greatly increases, but divine retribution follows. So... I guess it's like slightly better than the ultimate belt, which we already have. So let's look at the ultra belt. I'm sorry. It is actually weaker with physical attack power. So this item is absolutely useless because I would never use the Thor's belt over anything else. I would only want ultra belt if I didn't have the physical attack. And if I wanted magical attack, I'd be using the, what was it, the Warlock earrings that give 20%? Yeah. So, absolutely useless endgame items, chat. Actually trash. What does Lucia do? She sucks. I'm sure she has really great mixtures. I have a feeling she's like Riku, where you could probably get some really silly combos. But, we don't need it, so don't care. She's irrelevant, honestly. So, I think I'm okay with never checking it out, chat. I think I'm good with that. We'll just let it be our little inner joke that we just never use Lucia. And the only time I was forced to use Lucia, I only attacked. I technically did spells with her at one point in combat, but I died, and that wasn't in the formal playthrough, so that doesn't count, chat. Doesn't count. You hate her as much as I hate Waka? She's got a terrible personality, for sure. So I'm like, nah, hard pass. So let's briefly talk about this game. This will be the final send-off for Shadow Hearts 2. We've now officially done everything I've ever really wanted to set out to do, which was all side quests. Unfortunately, we failed the trading minigame, but it doesn't make sense to replay 40 hours just to see what the other version of it was. So, sorry, trading minigame, it will forever be unresolved, at least in our playthrough. So let's chat briefly. Oh, yeah, I'm sure she's good because she's got decent agility and high amount of dominance capacity. Meaning she can use the better crest sooner. And being able to have multiple support crests earlier than the other characters is actually pretty crucial. So everywhere we would have used Huge Guy, we would have been Lucia instead. And I'm sure she has things that give you like full crits or, you know, double damage, etc., etc. But you really just don't need it, so it's not a big deal. I don't know how much you hate Wonkatron, but I assume a lot. You don't actually hate Lucia, I just think she's annoying. I really don't like her as a character, to be honest with you. I would agree that hate is probably too strong of a word for her, but I think she's supposed to be like a parody character, like she's making fun of those kind of tropes to some extent, but she just doesn't work for me, chat. So I think we're done with that. So let's just do our final thoughts, like our true absolute final thoughts for this game. So before I do that, I'm gonna just look up all of the dungeons that were in Shadow Hearts Covenant, because I wanted to give some special shout outs to the truly good ones and some of the truly terrible ones. And I'll start with the one that I for some reason didn't mention in the previous video, which was Ruins of Neem. I think the first time you go in there, it's actually not a bad dungeon. I feel like the puzzles are all different per floor, so it's a lot more interesting to do than a lot of the other puzzle dungeons of the game. The problem with it is that the revisit to Neem is I think might be the absolute worst dungeon in the game. I think I'm willing to state that, chat. Like, I think it's arguably worse than the Black Forest. The Black Forest is just really boring and waste your time, whereas the other one is just like really bad camera angles, no clear direction as to where it wants you to go. The fact that like you don't know how many rooms you have to go back and forth between to make progress, and the fact that it just absolutely refuses to tell you how high up a platform will go made that just unnecessarily long in comparison. So not good at all, chat, not good at all. I'm taking a look at some of the other general ones. Hojo Research Lab. I don't know why we couldn't revisit it. Honestly, it was just kind of weird. Oh, Battleship Mikasa. That was the name of the battleship. Man, that one might be my least favorite one. I think that was one of the ones where I'm sure in a replay it's not that bad, but the frustration of that puzzle was just really, really intense. Although the revisit of Neem, I think was up there as well as probably one of my least favorites. So let's go, I guess we'll do least favorite and then favorites. So the thing I was trying to think of, I think was called the Adar Flame, which was the floating castle. That was one of the most boring and one of the worst dungeons in the game. And then on the flip side, I think the revisit to, what is it, Aponia Tower? I never figured out how to say that. But the revisit to the tower where you had the weight puzzles, or you raised and lowered the lifts with the switches, I feel like that one was fairly intuitive. And I do want to give a shout out to that. I do think that was interesting. Mirror Castle, big waste of time. And last time we talked about the underside of Russia. The Gallery of the Dead. I actually like the Gallery of the Dead there under Petrograd. St. Margaret Island, I guess, had the most random and unexpected mini-game, so I guess I'll give a shout out to that. The random stealth section that you could completely ignore. I think it was amusing for a gimmick. The fact that I didn't actually have to stealth was like such a relief for sure. Other than that, I'm just looking at some of these and I'm like, yeah, I really didn't like them so much. Italian branch headquarters was probably I don't have any strong feelings one way or another. I did not like the Rhonda mine. Wine Cellar was okay. I did not like the underside of Paris at all. The subways just went on way too long. I like the idea of moving platforms around in order to open up entrances, but that dungeon was just too big. It was not a really great or strong start when it came to dungeons in this game. Just like, there's like a lot of blah levels, like the Ardennes Forest. Super forgettable. I barely even remember what the boss was we fought there the first time. Which gimmick was weirder, dog stealth or Oka's shooting range? Well, it would be dog stealth. I mean, do you have the trained soldiers having a shooting range game? Not really surprised. More surprised that you're playing as them, but as them, I have to say it's not surprising. I did not see the dog going into stealth section on 2 legs. That was more weird. Queen's Garden, I liked the puzzles for the most part in it, and they had a theme going. I'll give them that. I'm not in love with the dungeon, but I guess that one was okay. Immortal Mountain was like, I guess one of the longer dungeons that was okay. So I guess I'll give them you did it. And I guess the ones where we got spirited away by Garen were okay, where it was just like a quick puzzle and then the boss. Those were okay. Like, again, I'm not like, oh, wow, do you remember when we went to this dungeon and you saw this thing? I never really felt that way in this game, unfortunately. And Asuka Stone Platform, possibly the worst final dungeon I've seen. That was really bland. Just remember, chat, all green. Just shake your head, chat, shake your head. So I think I'm about done talking about Shadow Hearts 2, chat. So if you'd like to say some final things about the game, your thoughts and feelings, What were some of your favorite scenes? What were some of your favorite characters? I'd love to know. We'll have to talk if we ever pick up the sequel to this game. I think tentatively for now, I'm gonna say I will take a break either way. Might have to do some research to see if it's even worth playing. Yeah, the answer was green, chat. I guess the trials weren't bad. I like that it encouraged you to do different strategies, so I couldn't just cheese it all the way through. So those were surprisingly interesting. I think the Man Festival was really close to being one of my favorite events if it didn't force the 1v1 with other characters. If I could have taken the 1v1 as anybody, I probably would have liked the Man Festival more there. And Dollhouse was a big letdown for sure. I think they actually had the graphics of the Dollhouse down, so it wasn't like an aesthetic issue. It's just dungeon design was not good. Oh boy, chat, there's a whole table on oil mixing. I guess I could read out what some of the effects are. Yeah, lots of healing ones. There's some physical attack up, some magic attack up. Critical strike on the ring increases. Guaranteed third key. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can just buy third keys at the end, to be honest. Well, I guess you could make somebody else use the turn for third key. I guess that one's kind of good. I guess. So that would have taken the Aurora oil, so we wouldn't have been able to use it until we went to the Black Forest, for example. Not bad. Rick Zane's thoughts. It's overall an okay game. The story is bad. It's just awful that it becomes good. The gimmicks are alright, though better than average. There's a lot of silliness in the game that made no sense at all, even in this world. I think the story was okay. I don't know I'd call the story bad. I thought the story was fine, honestly. I think bad is a strong term. I do agree that if you're comparing it purely against Cold Deca and Shadow Hearts 1, it is a little more jarring, I would say, that they're a bit more slapsticky. But I still think this one actually had its moments, for sure, in the story. I think my favorite overall scene was, like, the, probably the emotion coming from Root Hero when he was trying to deal with the, what was it, the Japanese minister? I think, to me, that was one of the more memorable scenes, for sure. I think the unexpectedness of Huge Guy and the dog, in particular, I think definitely carry the game, for sure. Yeah, I think it did have a lot of pacing issues. I agree from that standpoint, for sure. Where, as I said before, when they introduce certain later characters, the game just kind of pauses, and then they just kind of join you, which is kind of lame. Yeah, as I said before, I like to see this game as a Yakuza, so I never really felt taken out. I'm used to it from Yakuza. I guess if people haven't played Yakuza, it wouldn't be there. Also annoyed you that depending on what ending you had in the first one, it didn't carry over. They did have the technology, so the point, so it was disappointing. I mean, that's pretty common. I'm gonna be honest, the only one where I remember you beating a previous game having an impact on another would be the Suikoden series, Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate. I can only name 3 games, chat. If you would like to enlighten me on more, I honestly don't recall another game that even did that. So to me, I feel like that's pretty rare. I would not have expected that at that point. In a way, the endings do technically tie in together. I think it's implying, like, for example, you get the bad ending of Cold Deca. That one's forced. Then it leads you to the bad ending of Shadow Hearts 1. Then you get presumably the good ending of Shadow Hearts 2. Then the game loops on itself, and presumably then you get the good ending of Shadow Hearts 1. I think is what the game was implying. But you're playing as though you're leading into that event. So in some ways, it is a prequel, technically. Golden Sun, Shenmue. Did the Golden Sun games carry over? I don't remember that at all, to be honest with you. I only played the first one. I also never played Shenmue, but I'll take your word for that. But was there an ending in Shenmue, or you just mean character data? Don Hack likes to do that too. You're right. I forgot about Don Hack. That one I remember. I just forgot to mention it. Because that one's kind of like an ongoing series. But again, it's rare, as I said before. We're talking about, you could count them on 2 hands how many games bothered to attempt that. Compared to the first one, this one wasn't as good. It really depends on what you want out of the game, I would say. Like, if you're looking for horror, I would say this game would be a letdown. For me, I was looking for an experience. And if we're talking about purely a completely unexpected experience, Shadow Hearts 2. No contest. 1, completely. I did not expect a lot of things in it, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm sure chat, just coming in midway through the game, they're like, if you come in on the Man Festival or the Wolf Bout, it is like, you have never seen another game like it, for sure. It is definitely out there. And I think it's very entertaining. Sir Magic Penguin says Bullcut Boy was definitely a highlight. Yeah, and like, I think in this experience, would I play the game again? I think I'm leaning towards no. I think it's one of those ones where like it doesn't have the longevity because because of how the game is structured. Like, now I know what the twists will be, so you can't really recapture that moment. So from like a replayability standpoint, I would probably speedrun Cold Deca. I would probably rerun Shadow Hearts 1. This game, maybe, if I've forgotten a lot of the details, maybe we'll go back to it. But it'll be like a really, really long break. Was it worth the experience? That's a good question. I think overall the answer is yes, but I definitely think this was a learning experience for me when it came to technical difficulties, which is really unfortunate. It's just a downside of playing some of the PS2 games. They just really, really, really want to fight you if you're not playing it on the source system. So I'm going to have to do more due diligence, I think, in the next playthrough for sure, to make sure we don't have some of those issues. But I did learn a lot on how to make it work better. So I did learn a lot from this game, so I don't regret streaming it. I just wish it could have been a higher quality, I would say, overall. No, I'll blame me on that, chat. It's not your fault. It's not even the game's fault. Some of it's just on me. Huge Guy is your favorite. His weapons are hilarious. Yeah, I mean, like, it really just depends on what you want for the game. Like, again, if you're looking for pure horror, even to some extent, Shadow Hearts 1 was not really pure horror. Only Cold Deca really captured that. What's the next game I'm looking at, Dan? I know you said, I forgot. Oh, we're gonna vote at some point. I was gonna put together whatever games you guys were interested in. I think offhand, I might include Phoenix Wright on the list, but I'll think about it more, chat. I think that's more a conversation we'll do outside of the YouTube video for sure. But I know that one has been requested a few times. Bubsy 3D. I can safely say Bubsy 3D will not be the next game that we play. I think that's a safe call there. Because I am aware of what Bubsy 3D is. Therefore, I will not play Bubsy 3D. But I think overall, maybe I'll take this experience going forward. Maybe we could play more games. But I think in general, with this one, it's a little hard to recommend in its current state. It's not very well supported by the alternate options to the PS2 that are out there. So unfortunately, we are in the year 2022, and it has been many years since this game is released, and it clearly still has a lot of issues rendering certain cutscenes or just general performances. We had some issues like that when we did other games on the PS2, like Valkyrie Profile 2. I just think it was more profound in this game, where it was definitely much more of a rough ride. So again, I'm going to apologize for the state of that, but I think overall, I am happy to have shared the craziness of the game and experienced it for the first time with the chat. It's like Castlevania 64 again? Yeah, I don't think so, chat. Shining Force? I'll think about it. I don't think I'm a fan of those games, to be honest. I'll think about it, though. But I think for now, chat, if we have nothing else to talk about when it comes to Shadow Hearts 2, we're going to be concluding the video. So I'll give chat one last chance to say something, then they could be immortalized forever within the video. Why would you invoke Castlevania 64's name? Oh boy, chat. I don't even want to tell you to go look at the VOD for that one. It's terrible. Game is a 5 out of 10. Oof. Ooh, that is brutal. Even if we're assuming 5 means average, I don't know. I don't think I could rate it that low. I wouldn't rate it like an 8, a 9, or a 10. I'm leaning more towards like a 7, maybe 7.5. I think what really brought down the score for me was the final part of the game. I just feel like, man, just way too much backtracking for sure. I think it definitely took me out of the game the last few hours, which was unfortunate. Just way too much arbitrary unlocks and backtracking. People that were going for a completionist score in this game would go absolutely insane. So I don't recommend it for completenists either. But just the experiences were 10 out of 10. Dungeon design, like maybe a 3.5 out of 10. Maybe a 3 in some scenarios. I'd be willing to lower that score pretty down there, chat. It's not a hard game to go through if you know all the Shadow Hearts 1 tricks. But if you didn't know to use Third Eye, this game would actually be pretty hard, comparatively. 7.5 for the chat. Lack of C Mother in this with Shadow Hearts make it lose a half a point. Lucia makes it lose a whole point. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think again, I feel like the cohesion of the story was just much better in Shadow Hearts 1. And in terms of how they did dungeons, where plot was more closely linked to the dungeons we were doing, I think just made it a stronger game overall. So I'm definitely not going to argue that this is better than Shadow Hearts 1. I will say there are experiences in this that are phenomenal, and no game known to man will top it for complete outrageousness in a game, to be honest with you, while still being a playable game. But yeah, it definitely had its low points, which is unfortunate. Rixian will bump it up to 6. I think I can live with that. But yeah, I will agree on a lot of things. Like, I think the soundtrack of the game is just not as good as Shadow Hearts 1 either. I think Shadow Hearts 1 had a lot of really great incidental music. We were listening to that actually when we were chatting on the last stream. Exactly. I feel like they did a lot of improvements. It's not even like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's more they step sideways. Like, in some ways they advanced and some not at all. In fact, I feel like they went a little backwards with it. So, we'll see, chat. We'll see. But I hope you enjoyed it, chat, overall. It's just a shame that the final part of the game was like what it was. Yeah, like final dungeon, the whole endings, super weak, not a real big tie-in, honestly. They were kind of hyping up like the choice of what your happiness is, and then it was just a single dialogue choice, and it changed like 1 scene in the ending, maybe 2. Kind of lame. Whereas, like, I felt it was more drawn out in Shadow Hearts 1, even though you do make that decision by the end of the game. I feel like it is definitely weaker for not having been going towards it the whole time. Like, if the goal was to unlock all the souls, and then we got Neo-Amon, or then we got Dark Seraphim, and that saved us, it would have been a better game because of it, for sure. For the good ending, anyway. So yeah, chat. Okay, we'll wrap it up. So thank you for watching Shadow Hearts 2. But for those that are interested in some Hades, we'll be doing that next. So just take a quick break, chat, and say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for sticking around this long through some of the ramblings. But I think we've seen all we're going to see of the game. So thank you all again, and, you know, hopefully we'll see what lies in our future for the next series.